two families come to Rav Chaim Kanievsky years ago. Two families on the side of Chatan and Kala. There was a bride-to-be and a groom-to-be. And the two families with the bride-to-be and the groom-to-be come to Rav Chaim Kanievsky 2 weeks before the wedding. And they have a dilemma. The Chatan has just been diagnosed, unfortunately, with an illness. And he has to go through treatments and only God knows. But they have a set wedding date. They're about to get married and they've already done an engagement. They've shook hands on it. What do you do in this kind of a situation? However, this case is just a tad bit different. You see, the Chatan had come to Rav Chaim Kanievsky with this request. And his request was that he had asked this girl to marry him, not knowing that he was ill. And now he wants to break off the wedding because there's no way that he'll ask this girl to join him in his life when he knows that she'll have to probably take care of him, she'll have to go through all the therapies with him, and he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want her to do that. Out comes the girl and says, absolutely not. She says when she agreed to marry him, it was for better or worse. She's not leaving now. She'll do whatever it takes. Can you understand this? He's saying he wants her to get out. She's saying she's not leaving him. Whatever it means, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. That's what she said. She said, this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And on top of it, she tells Rav Chaim Kanievsky, she says, this is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. She feels this is Hashem testing her. To see if she will truly be the wife that she's supposed to be. How is she going to be an Ezer Kenegdo for the rest of his life? How is she going to prove that she's truly in a relationship? To be in that relationship for better or not? If she gets out now and something is getting a little tougher. So she says that she's not getting out. He's saying he wants her to get out. The families don't know what to do. They're trying to calm them down. Rav Chaim Kanievsky thinks for a minute and he lifts up his eyes and he says, Mazal Tov. Everything's going to be fine. And he gives a huge beracha to them that they're going to have a long life together. They're going to have children together. Everything's going to be beautiful. Rav Chaim, do you understand? Rav Chaim Kanievsky was like a Navi. When he said that it's going to be good, it's going to be good. Everybody comes out happy. Everyone's ecstatic. People that were close to Rav Chaim Kanievsky ask him, you can't ask these questions, but you want to know, Kvod Harav, what did you base your knowledge on? You're not a Navi. How could you tell this girl to go forward, this boy to go? What if? Rav Chaim says no questions. No question about it whatsoever. Everything's going to be fine. It's a guarantee. And he says, my answer is in a midrash. Let me tell you the midrash. It says there's a midrash that says one time Alexander the Great was visiting a foreign king. And as they're sitting and having their luxurious lunches and dinners and stuff, and Alexander the Great wanted to know how this king rules his kingdom. And a case comes before him, before this king. And Alexander says, I'm interested to see how you deal with your people. What's the case? Two people come before the king. One of them had a piece of land and he had sold it to the other guy. One of them says, I bought land from this guy, my friend, and I found a treasure hidden in this land. And the other one, they asked the other one, he goes, is this true? He says, yes, I sold him this piece of land and he found a treasure in it. So now you would think the guy's going to come and say, I sold this land only, not the treasure. Treasure's mine, give it back to me. That's not what happened. The guy who sold the land was saying, I sold the land with everything in it. He owns the land and the treasure. The other guy was saying, I only bought land. The treasure does not belong to me. I don't want it. He has to take it back. And this is the argument they were having. So Alexander wanted to know how this guy's going to deal with this. What does he do? He asks one of them, do you have a son? He says, yes. He asks the other one, do you have a daughter? He says, yes. He says, what do you think? You match them together and they should get married? This guy looks at the other guy and goes, I don't mind. I like him. He says, I don't mind either. He says, Mazal Tov, the money goes to your children. Everybody's happy, beautiful. And they have money for the rest of their lives. Right? Not that the entire family went and borrowed thousands of dollars and just to do the wedding and then they leave the children with all the debts. And the money goes to them. So this king looks at Alexander. Alexander goes, I was pretty crazy. I'll tell you what I would have done. This is what? He goes, I would have probably killed both of them and taken the money myself. To which this king replies and he says, if the sun rises in the countries that you rule, it's only because God has mercy on the animals and the trees, not you, because you're cruel. If there's that much cruelty, nothing can survive. The rachamim of Hashem is only because of the animals. So the king says. Rav Chaim Kanievsky says, from this midrash we learn that if you are mevater, you have blessings, you have life. If you're willing to let go, you have life. Now listen to these next words of Rav Chaim Kanievsky. Listen. He says, to be mevater is not righteousness. To let go does not show that you are righteous. It shows that you are a chacham, you are wise. It says because it's a guarantee. It's the greatest investment. It says if you are mevater, it's a guarantee. Why wouldn't you do it? You don't have to be a tzaddik to do it. You just have to be wise. You want blessings, be mevater. You want greatness, be mevater. You want honor, be mevater on your honor. It's okay. You want to be honored, run away from honor. Be mevater, it's okay. It's alright, things happen. Look at what Chachamim say about the conversation between Moshe Rabbeinu and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe Rabbeinu, because of you, I'm going to honor your brother. Because of what you said. Why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu could have asked for the Kehuna himself. Wouldn't he have deserved it? It was initially his. But he didn't. HaKadosh Baruch Hu swears in Moshe Rabbeinu's name. He says, Chayecha, to your life, I swear to your name, that I will honor him because of you. Words of Rav Chaim Kanievsky. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And by the way, this family, Baruch Hashem, they have children. Everything's fine.